Any woodworker can attest that when you have a vision and you have a plan in mind of how to make something in front of you, you just kind of want to get in there and do it. And they don't have to be the best woodworker in the world. They just need to know how to focus and hold this device in their hands. It's a great sell. I'm Yev Osipov. I'm a woodworker and a boat builder, and my shop is Forcola Boatworks in San Francisco. My dad got me started into woodworking. He was a wood sculptor, a wood carver, and I've always been fascinated by sailboats, so I make custom parts for sailboats, and I am building a sailboat now out of mahogany and cedar, cold molded, and a little day sailor. Origin is something I knew about for, I think, since the beginning. A friend had helped me realize how useful it really is in boat building. And one of the points he made was, well, there's a level of experience and perfection that I apply to things that I touch with my hands. And he said, this thing will allow you to scale yourself to a point. This was actually one of the first things I did with the Origin. I realized, wait a minute, I can use this thing kind of like a little CNC. And I cut all these out in a couple of hours, glued it together, and I've yet to shape it and fair it to a smooth shape, but this really helped visualize in a way that you really can't on a computer screen the shape of the hull, and it was very, very helpful to see. A part of wood boat building that I did not like, and a part of building this boat that I was not looking forward to, is plotting hundreds of square feet of Mylar with template outlines from my 3D model. And I actually started doing that before I stumbled upon the Origin and realized just how useful it could be. We're not having to print full-size Mylar plots, trace them, bandsaw them, belt sand them down to the shape that we need, and lose a bit of precision there. We're able to take CAD file and go straight to cutting these big templates with the Origin to a high level of accuracy and precision. And it's fantastic for that. I take my architectural background of 3D modeling using Rhino or CAD. When I design a boat and I work with a naval architect on details and shapes and things, I eventually, once our design is pinned down, I use that 3D model to extract shapes and profiles that I use Origin to cut templates from. Also for iterating, it's a great tool because I can pretty quickly make a template with slight modifications, whether I make those modifications in Studio or in Rhino. It's great for quick prototyping. This is used as an example just to show my client, for your NAR boat where you're having issues with your port lights, we can do something like this. And I know there are different sizes of port lights, so we'll make some that are taller, some are longer, some are different thicknesses. So this was just an example, kind of a live proposal for a customer. If I had not been using Shape or Origin, I would have had to accurately make, by hand, some kind of jigs or tracing contraptions to get this inside and outside fit to work snugly. But with Shape or Origin, I literally had slabs of mahogany and I went right to it and just cut the shapes out exactly to the size they needed to be. The right tool for the job. With woodworking in general, I must say that it's exceeded my expectations in terms of the precision that I could reach with it. That was something I was a little bit skeptical and nervous about in working with large woodworking tools. I think the main reason I didn't get Origin sooner than I did was because I didn't fully think through all the things that I could do with it. And once I had it, my brain just went wild with everything I can do. I mean, I'm almost looking for projects to make with this thing at this point. Much of the woodwork I've been doing in the last couple months has been related to electronics installations. So when I install a new electronics package for a customer on their, not necessarily wood sailboat, but any boat that has a wood navigation station, nav desk setup, oftentimes I need to make a new panel for their boat, a new nav desk panel, with all new hole cutouts for all the new electronics they get. So this is, for example, a B&G chart plotter. Very nice instrument, very nice tool. A different shape than the chart plotter a boat may have had 25 years ago. So Origin's great because I measure the cutouts. I start making a library of these different instruments. I toss it into Origin and I come up to a panel that I make and I cut the hole right out of that with Origin and I drop in my instrument, or my chart plotter in this case, and it's a pretty efficient system. My approach pre-Origin to post-Origin is still very template and repeat use heavy. So behind me up here on the top of the shelves are 10 plus years of different jigs, templates, fixtures. There's some hanging all over the walls in the shop, literally everywhere. So I've always made the templates and the jigs thinking that it's easier to trace a jig onto a new finished panel or piece of furniture. With Origin, it just becomes a lot more efficient The shaper origin is a very important tool in my toolbox these days. I mean, it's a very simple way to put it. It's as useful as any other tool in the shop, if not more. It's a lot more versatile. It's more than a one-trick pony. There are endless possibilities with it. It's a fun tool to use. It's fun cutting. It's super satisfying to get exactly what you drew up, cut out of wood. Some call it cheating. I call it efficient. I'm trying to build wood boats that are beautiful, that have finest level of craftsmanship that I can put into them, but with the tools at my disposal. The best software, the best materials, the best finishes. You gotta reach for the stars, right?